Welcome back to Mud Lake Ranch. Today we're here with the Mossberg MC2c. And you heard me right, a pistol from Mossberg. Better known for their shotguns, specifically their 12-gauge shotguns, for performance, reliability, and affordability. Will the Mossberg MC2c stack up to that famous reputation? Mossberg family-owned company, proudly made in America since 1919. Headquartered in Connecticut, manufactured in Texas. All right, inside the box you'll find your Mossberg. This strap is a retail strap just for decoration, but you can use it for whatever you see fit. It does come with the chamber flag. Comes with 2 magazines. This packaging here, this is VCI film to keep the gun from rusting. You also have Mossberg stickers, your lock, and your owner's manual. The Mossberg MC2c comes on the heels of their first pistol in over 100 years, the MC1. The MC1 launched about the same time as the P365, and that absolutely took off, which is one of the reasons you've probably never heard of this gun. The Mossberg MC2c is a striker-fired pistol. It's built from the ground up. It is not a Glock clone, although it does share some similarities. One of the biggest differences is the STS, or safe takedown system. You do not have to pull the trigger on this gun to disassemble it, and we'll show you that and a complete cleaning video. Link in the description. The Mossberg MC2c is a narrow gun, slightly narrower than your Glocks, so it has additional concealability. You won't be as prone to print, as well as these beveled edges on the top of the slide on both sides. So it's not a boxy gun, slightly sleeker in that those edges are beveled off there versus being square. All right, so let's walk you through some of the other cool features of this gun. Up top of your stainless steel coated slide, you'll find that it has dovetail sights. These are a SIG footprint, so you can get aftermarket sights very easily. Also notice that it is optics cut, so it's ready for your red dots right out of the box, and I especially like that. These sights are standard white dot. They are not night sights, but night sights are available. The slide serrations are angled, and they are cut triangular, not squared off, and they bite nicely whether you want to press check from the front or from the rear. This gun allows you to do both. This gun is empty, so no worries there. The slide also features the Mossberg name and the gun model clearly marked on the slide. At the rear is your safe takedown system. Going to get into that later. It is a fantastic little system. On the opposite side of the gun, you'll find your slide release and your magazine release. The magazine release is textured with the same stippling or checkering that you find on the grip and on your thumb pad and finger pad points. So let's get to that. The glass-filled polymer frame features a single pick rail for mounting your lights. The thumb pad features the same texturing as your grip, and the finger pad on the opposite side gives you a good indexing point so that you can get consistent grip on your firearm. With the trigger is a 5-pound to 5.5-pound trigger by Mossberg. It is a flat trigger with the safety dongle, as well as a slight hook at the bottom. And the trigger guard offers a lot of space, plenty of room for shooting with gloves, and it does have texturing or grip at the front of the trigger guard for those that ride up there. Magazine release is left-sided only for right-handed grip, and it is very easy to depress, and it features stippling, so there's no question about where your finger is when you're on or near the magazine release. You will feel that, so you're less likely to inadvertently press that. The grip texturing is interesting, that it is not just squared off or occupying the entire grip space. It's minimal in appearance, and it adds something to the design aesthetic as well as the feel of the gun. I like where it's positioned on this mag swell, and it feels really good in the hand. Slightly narrower than most of the polymer frame handguns that I've shot. It offers a very nice grip for my hands, which are chunkier, and I'm really liking that so far. I have already shot this gun, and most of the time I don't actually get out and shoot guns before I film with them. But you'll see this one again. We'll do an optics review with this gun. I shot it in the winter, and I had no audio, so I filmed the whole video and got back to edit, and I lost all audio. So this is the second round review of this gun. And one thing that it does not feature adjustable grips. So there's no side plates, no replacement back plate. So the grip is the grip is the grip, and that's what you get, which contributes to the affordability factor of this firearm. Normally comes with a 13 round and a 15 round magazine in this slim profile, which is fantastic. Excellent capacity, and steel mags, which I prefer. I feel that they drop easier and offer a very slick entry and removal. Mine are 10 round mags because I live in a restricted state. It's absolutely awful that I'm not offered the same capacity as the criminal, but I got 2 of them. I just got to be more accurate. The New York reload practice is in session here. All right, we've covered basically everything on this gun. Front sight post is slightly angled back to allow you to not get snags on re-entry, and it is the front sight post is also slanted slightly forward to offer less chance for snagging on clothing as well. Rear sights are beveled all the way around, also to offer a less catchy profile, so when you're holstering, you'll be able to retrieve and enter your holster without snagging as easily on your clothing. The 4-inch barrel features a slightly recessed crown so that you're less likely to damage the crown of your firearm. It's available in black. I haven't seen any other model colors. I'm a fan of colorful or FDE and OD green and desert tan, whatever. I like a little color different than the black, just to have something a little different. They don't offer that. But this is in my opinion, even though it's just a striker fighter 10 round pistol, it is still has some attractive elements to set it apart. And what I'm talking is the angled slide serrations. Give it a unique look. I do like that the branding's on the gun, not inconspicuous in any way. It's Mossberg, and it says it quite boldly. Before we get too far into this video, I'd like to thank the ammunition sponsor of today's video, American Ordnance, makers of fine ammunition. Today we're using a 120 grain full metal jacket, 9mm from American Ordnance. So thank you to American Ordnance. Folks like American Ordnance make videos like this possible. So thank you. Mossberg also put the MC2c directly on the magazine. I think that's a nice little touch so that you can quickly identify your mags if you keep them amongst other mags. Shoot the hostage. right, that was a lot of fun shooting the Mossberg MC2c. I have a lot of work to do to hone in my accuracy with this gun. Red dot should help, but this thing was a blast to shoot. I had 3 feed malfunctions, but yeah, it did function well. I had 1 last round didn't fire, 1 second to last round didn't fire, and no ejection issues or no extraction issues, and no other type of failures. They're just it might have been a feeding cycling issue. They weren't light primer strikes, so it just acted like it didn't know that it had cycled. Anyway, disassembly on this critter is pretty cool. Lock back the slide, remove your magazine, put that in a safe place. It is empty. You just remove this back plate simply by pushing in this button. It removes the entire back plate. Your striker assembly comes right out of the firearm. And then you remove your slide, remove your spring, remove your barrel, and you're able to clean the gun. That freaking easy. That is just crazy. What a cool system. Reassembly, put the barrel spring back in, put your striker assembly back in, and reinsert your plate the same way you took it out. That easy. Unbelievable. Really cool takedown design. We'll do a close-up of that later on, but Mossberg MC2c, you're going to want to check one of these out. If your local gun shop don't have them, be sure to ask. Very cool gun. Mossberg MC2c, final thoughts on this gun. Ultra concealable, given that it is a narrow profile. The beveled edges on the slide make it even more comfortable to carry. The fact that your slide release does not protrude, so it's smooth right there. It doesn't cut into you at all. This magazine release does protrude quite a bit though, and that is on the right hand side release, so that's something to take into consideration. Capacity is fantastic on this firearm. The fact that it comes ready to go with optics mount, dovetail slides that are SIG compatible, so you can upgrade, it's fantastic. Upgradable at retail with the night sights. Mine came with white sights, white dot posts, but it is available in tritium night sights. Came ready to rock for your lights. That's fantastic. 5-pound trigger, nothing to complain about. It is a Mossberg trigger, so this is not a the typical clone replacement. So no issue at all with that trigger or that trigger safety. I thought it worked quite well. I like that it's flat trigger. It looks kind of cool. The grip texturing, I really enjoy it, and I do enjoy the feel of this gun. But now shooting the gun, you're going to get a lot more felt recoil because of the narrow and curved footprint here. It is driving all of that energy directly back into your hand. I did get a lot of muzzle rise out of this gun, and that might just be because I am a terrible at my pistol grip still, getting better every day, but I'm not the best at grip and maintaining my targets. So I'm going to improve with time, and you guys subscribe to keep up with me getting better with time. Not being ambidextrous is going to be an issue for some of you lefties, but no issue for me because I shoot right-handed and right-handed exclusively. So this gun's fine for me, but maybe not for you. Trigger's okay, does the job. I like the flat trigger. The takedown system is fantastic. Not having to pull the trigger is a brilliantly thought out design. Mossberg MC2c, they did a great job in this firearm, from its concealability to its shootability to its capacity to the fact that it came ready for sights, that it came ready for lights, and its dovetails match SIG and the upgradable to night sights. This gun packs a lot into a very affordable, well thought out, and brilliantly designed handgun. It's a beaut. What do you think? If you get an opportunity to shoot the Mossberg, I suggest that you do so. Check out Mossberg, and if you found this video useful, helpful, or interesting, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe.